Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you thought the 2024 season was exciting for the Washington Commanders, just wait because this upcoming offseason promises even more fireworks. The NFL always keeps us on our toes, and this year, the buzz around the Commanders is centered on a potential game-changing trade that could reshape their offense and elevate their chances of making a deep playoff run. And all signs point to a blockbuster deal involving none other than Kyle Pitts, the talented tight end from the Atlanta Falcons. That's right, Pitts, a guy who was once heralded as a generational talent, might be heading north to Washington. Let's take a step back and look at what's happening with Pitts and why this potential move is causing such excitement. Coming out of Florida, Pitts was seen as a once-in-a-generation tight end prospect. His combination of size, speed, and hands made him a mismatch nightmare for defenses. Over his first 3 seasons in Atlanta, he racked up a staggering 492 receiving yards and scored 18 touchdowns. Those numbers on paper suggested a player capable of revolutionizing the tight end position, creating a new blueprint for what a modern tight end could be. And yet, despite all that talent, his usage in Atlanta has been underwhelming, especially when you consider what he could be under the right coaching and offensive scheme. The Falcons, under head coach Arthur Smith and former defensive coordinator Raheem Morris, have struggled to fully tap into Pitts' potential. During his NFL career, Pitts has been more often used as a blocker, which is a bit surprising given his natural receiving skills. He's been a mismatch in the passing game, but Atlanta's offensive coordinators haven't quite figured out how to capitalize on that. And this season, Pitts only managed to amass 602 yards and 4 touchdowns, despite seeing 70 targets. That's a stark underperformance when you think about his talent and the expectations set when he was drafted. It's clear that Pitts isn't fitting into Atlanta's offensive scheme, and that's led to rumors and speculation about a potential trade. Now, why would Washington be interested? Well, the Commanders are coming off a very promising 2024 season, their first under head coach Dan Quinn and quarterback Jayden Daniels. Daniels, in his rookie year, showed flashes of brilliance. He completed nearly 69% of his passes for over 100 yards, threw 29 touchdowns, and only 9 interceptions. His dual-threat ability, running for nearly 0 yards and 6 touchdowns, adds a whole new dimension to Washington's offense. But as impressive as Daniels was, the team's biggest weakness was at receiver, especially when Terry McLaurin was heavily targeted and double-teamed, as we saw in their NFC Championship game loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. In that game, McLaurin was limited to just 3 catches for 51 yards. When defenses focus on him, Washington struggles to find secondary options that can step up and make plays. And that's exactly where Pitts could come in. He's not just a tight end, he's a versatile weapon who can line up out wide, create mismatches, and give Daniels a reliable target, especially in critical situations. Having a player like Pitts would open up Washington's offense in ways that are currently missing. It's also worth noting that Zach Ertz, the veteran tight end who's been a steady presence for Washington, is a free agent and 34 years old. While he's still performing well, there's an inevitable decline coming. Even if Washington retains Ertz, adding Pitts would give them a dynamic weapon that can be used in multiple roles, adding depth and unpredictability to their passing game. Now, let's talk about what a trade for Pitts might look like and what it means strategically. The Falcons, for all their struggles this season, would likely demand a high price for Pitts, considering his talent and potential. They could be looking for draft picks, young players, or both. For Washington, this is a calculated risk, but one that could pay huge dividends. Pitts' ability to stretch the field, create mismatches, and serve as a big play weapon is exactly what the team needs to take that next step. Plus, with Jayden Daniels continuing to develop, having a top-tier receiver like Pitts would be a perfect complement to his skill set. And let's not forget the broader context of this potential move. The NFC East is one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all vying for supremacy. The Eagles, in particular, are a dominant force, but if Washington manages to upgrade its offense with a weapon like Pitts, they could become a serious contender. The division is always a grind, and having that extra offensive firepower can be the difference between a first-round playoff exit and a deep run. With the right pieces around Daniels and Pitts in the mix, Washington could finally shake off their recent postseason frustrations and establish themselves as a team to watch in 2025. Of course, there are questions and risks involved. Will Pitts be able to adapt quickly to Washington's offensive system? Will he be motivated after a less-than-ideal situation in Atlanta? How much will the Falcons want in return? These are all questions that NFL insiders and fans alike are buzzing about. But the fact remains, the potential of adding a player with Pitts' upside is too enticing for Washington to ignore. It's a move that signals their serious intent to contend and to build an offense that can match up with the best in the league. In terms of strategy, Washington might look at this as not just a short-term fix, but a long-term investment. Pitts, if he hits his ceiling, can be a cornerstone for the next few seasons. His ability to line up in various spots, out wide, as a traditional tight end, or even in the slot, gives offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy a lot of tactical flexibility. It's a move that could also help ease the pressure off McLaurin, who's been the primary target, and create more one-on-one opportunities for other receivers or tight ends to make plays. And let's be honest, fans love the idea of a dynamic, explosive offense. A combination of Jaden Daniels' dual-threat ability, McLaurin's precision route running, and Pitts' matchup nightmare potential. That's a recipe for a lot of highlight reel moments and hopefully a lot more wins. The offseason is just heating up, and if Washington manages to pull off this trade, it could be a turning point in their franchise history. So what's next? Well, all signs point to a busy NFL offseason, where trades like this become the talk of the league. The Commanders are clearly looking to make a statement, and bringing in a star like Pitts would be a bold move to show their intentions. Fans should keep a close eye on how negotiations unfold, because this could be one of the most exciting and impactful moves of the entire offseason. The potential for a new, explosive era in Washington is on the horizon, and it all starts with this possible trade. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Pitts can thrive in a new environment and help take the Commanders to the next level? Or do you think Atlanta might hold on to him and try to rebuild around their young talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters not just to us, but to the future of this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and all the latest from the Washington Commanders. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep dreaming about that Super Bowl run. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.